Hi everyone, welcome to AI4Good 2025 Demo Days. Amazing to have everyone on the call again today. Okay, so hi everyone, you're welcome to the AI4Good 2025 Demo Days. Really amazing to have you all on the call today. If you can hear me, if you can just hear me, just respond with an emoji. How excited are you about today? Just let me see it in the chat, and you can probably just comment your first name and where you're joining in from as we begin. Yes, cool. Loving the emojis already. Okay, okay. Well done everyone for making it this far. Great, great. Just before we begin, I'd like to just drop another quick reminder. If you're on the call and you're a member of a team, please ensure your name reflects as your first name and your team number. That's very important for when it's time for your team to present. Awesome, awesome. Glad to see the excitement. So we're absolutely thrilled to have you all here today to wrap up this exciting journey filled with innovation, teamwork, and creativity. Well done to everyone on the call. And a huge thank you to our incredible corporate partners, Sage and Sage Foundation, for making this possible and partnering with us. So today is a really, really special day. We'll be showcasing pitches from our top 10 finalist teams, and each team has worked really hard over the past couple of weeks to develop their ideas, and now you all will get the opportunity to present your ideas to our awesome panel of judges who will be scoring your projects today. And by the end of today's session, we'll be announcing our winners and runner-up. Okay, so right now I'm just going to take you on a very quick flow of today's program. And next slide, please. Okay, awesome. So after the welcome address by Elena, you're going to get the opportunity to meet our amazing judges. Once that's done, we'll then move to the project showcase segment of today's program, where each team will get to have the judges review their projects and also answer questions. Once that's done, we'll then move to the judging phase, where the judges will then grade the projects. And once that's over, we'll now announce the winner and the runner-up. I'm sure that's the time or the period everyone is waiting for. Once that's over, we'll have our awesome closing keynote address, and then we'll wrap up the program. I just gave you all a very, very quick flow, but I hope you all caught that, okay? So we have our incredible hosts here as well. Myself, Shemi. Welcome back, everyone. We have Elena on the call as well, which will be joining. We'll be saying hi shortly. And also Success, which will also be saying hi shortly. Okay, we're really excited this year to have so many countries join us, over 28, from Albania, from the United Kingdom, Australia, Cameroon, Egypt, Romania, South Africa, Sweden, Tunisia. It's a long list. I really can't go through it all, but then it's just been an incredible experience with you all. We've been seeing comments of how everyone has been excited to meet people from all over the world. And I hope you all took advantage of this opportunity, getting to know your team members, getting a glimpse of what life is like from another end. And yeah, so welcome again. Okay, so right now, without really wasting time, I'm going to be introducing Elena, who will be giving a very quick welcome address, and then we would have her introduce the judges. Hi, Elena.
Hi, welcome everyone. I'm so excited to be here again. I think the first program we ran was back in 2016. Some of you, Joita, one of the judges, might actually remember. She was invited to do an inspiring talk back then. It was either 2016 or 2017. So it's been a while we've been running this program, but of course, back in 2016, we didn't have any of the Gen AI tools, any of the tools or frameworks that we're using these days. We didn't really use, the Google Sprint methodology that we're using right now that we've adapted to this program. We also didn't really talk about ethics in the way we're talking about ethics right now. And I think Ravi, another one of the judges who you would have all met on day 4 teaching business model canvas, would also hopefully will be impressed by the depth of business acumen and innovation and just some of the stuff that we are thinking about today and we didn't really consider some years ago. So back in 2016, this was an also pretty intense, a 10-day program, used to be called Accelerator, and it was just in London. We were quite limited geographically, but we had some students who would fly in because they're so passionate about entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, and it was really fun. And this time I'm excited that so many of you from, well, as many as 28 countries around the world, I can't believe it, have managed to join and work together across geographical boundaries. I think that's really exciting, and many of you are obviously from so many different ethnic backgrounds and genders. So it's really amazing to see the diversity in this program. So I am just really excited to see what you've all got to tell us. I've seen some decks and not seen all of the pitches yet, so I will be watching them for the first time as all the judges. I'm going to have my very impartial hat on because I'm not a judge. I'm just here to support every single one of you. And I just want to wish you good luck for today's demo. Just keep in mind that might be the first time, hopefully it won't be the last time you will be presenting. But this is such a great opportunity, and hopefully if this is a stepping stone into your apprenticeship or university, hopefully this works for you. We're obviously here to support you. Beyond this program, there are so many ways and opportunities for you to get involved. But from me, I hope to see lots of smiles, and I hope you enjoy this process and this demo day. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this journey takes you. So please do stay in touch and keep in touch with me. So I'm just going to be here supporting you in the sort of in the background, interacting with judges. And so on this note, I wanted to introduce you to this really great cohort of judges here with us today. So you would have met already Ravi. So we've got Joita, who you also would have met on day one, who presented her challenge to you. And I know we have two teams actually tackling your challenge, Joita, which is really great. So I don't think you would have met Letitia, but Letitia has been a great support and friend of ours for many, many years. And Letitia, it was amazing to have some of the initial programs hosted at Accenture's Liquid Studio. And George, you were a newcomer, so welcome, welcome. Really exciting to have you join us from Sage, and you will also be the closing keynote. So I'm going to come to Letitia first, because you've been with us for a while also as judge, and then maybe Joita, Ravi, and George. Just introduce yourself, say hi. And what is it that you're looking forward to today? And that's kind of how we're going to roll with judges before we come to team one to listen to their pitch. So Letitia, do you want to go first?
Yes, I can. So, well, thanks a lot for inviting me again. It's absolute delight actually to support this program. You guys are all the next generation coming through. I have been personally 26 years in the industry, and I think we need new thinking, breakthrough, and, some of our generation are stuck in orthodoxies, and you are the best to break them. So I'm looking at a lot of disruptive innovation coming out of your amazing cohort and collaboration. I have the privilege of being part of the World Economic Forum Minds group, which is actually identifying some of those disruptive innovation that are coming through to transform the world, and quite radically. So I will keep a special lens on this element. I'm absolutely excited and delighted to be here.
Amazing, thank you, Letitia. Joita.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to see what happened to the challenge that I shared, but also to the other challenges. I've been in this journey with Alina, seeing this initiative blossom so well, and she supported probably thousands of teenagers in the last few years. I've also worked with some of them as they started growing up in my companies, and they have been incredible in the world out there. So I can't wait to see what all of you do. By way of background, I'm an engineer and entrepreneur, and really always very interested in encouraging young people find their way in technology. So even beyond this event today, if you want to find me for any reason, talk to me through Alina or directly. And I look forward to seeing the magic you all created.
Amazing, amazing. Ravi? Hopefully it's as sunny as it is where I am. I'm just trying to, I don't have curtains
Yeah,
here.
the sun's gone that way as we
Rain is
move on.
definitely coming my
So,
way, but
hey
I
guys,
know we're
good
definitely close.
good to see you all. So my name is Ravi. So I lead AI strategy for Intel. And I've been in the tech world for coming up to 20 years now. Started off as a computer scientist and realized at the time being a computer scientist wasn't really exciting, but now it's very exciting, right? And so it's really interesting to see how the world has evolved. But I think what Elena and team are doing with Teens in AI and the work that you guys have done, I'm so impressed with you guys taking the time out of your summer holidays. You could easily be outside, in the sun or, playing Fortnite or whatever, but having taken this time just goes to show, how smart and intelligent you guys are. What I'm looking for today, just have fun, right? Just be passionate about this. This isn't about, you having the most amazing business model as if you're going to, create millions and millions and millions of dollars over the next few weeks and months and years, right? You're still young, you're still learning. I'm looking for that passion, right? So nothing that doesn't have to be perfect, but just seeing that entrepreneurial spirit, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm really excited. I'm looking for that magic, as Joy used to say.
Yes, passion is what we need, right, these days. Okay, George, coming on to you now.
Hi guys, lovely to be here. So George Sandilands representing Sage. I'm the Vice President of Carbon Accounting. And I guess my focus really today is more going to be on the for good side of things. Obviously, this is all about AI. In the world of AI, we've got, there's huge amount of amazing, interesting challenges that AI are going to be able to solve. At the same time, AI itself poses some significant challenges, both in terms of its energy consumption and in a wider sense. I think it's so exciting seeing this accelerator focusing on how we can concentrate solutions, AI solutions for good and on social challenges. And in terms of my background, that's kind of where I've come from. I built a business in helping small businesses to measure and reduce their climate impact. And that was acquired by Sage, and I now lead up all things kind of carbon accounting and decarbonisation at Sage. So really excited to join this amazing group of judges and this great program.
Amazing, and we're going to hear from you a bit later on as well, because it will be our closing keynote. So looking forward to hearing that story. All right, so Shemi, I'm going to pass it over to you now, and I think we probably are ready to hear from Team One. And before we hear from Team One, that's a reminder to me that I have to just reiterate the judging criteria. So obviously, everyone will have seen this multiple times. We're looking for innovation and creativity. We're looking for problem solving, that your project actually solves a real problem that hopefully you would have tested with real users. We're designing for real people. Social impact, obviously, where this entire program is dedicated to climate action with 3 different challenges and 9 sub-challenges. So hopefully, your project is designed in a way that it can scale and show social impact. Design technical complexity, so it's run in the style of a 5-day boot camp or hackathon. So we definitely expect to see not only low code, no code. Of course, you've all been introduced to it, but hopefully will show us and impress us with something a bit more technically complex than anyone else. Commercial viability is obviously this was part of the program, and we've covered innovation, business model canvas. So hopefully you would have thought creatively around how you can sustain your own business venture or social venture. And last but not least, it's ethical considerations. We have to think about and talk about ethics a lot these days, and you would have had a whole hour and a half with Tessa Derbyshire from Accenture, so Letitia, your friend, and she was absolutely amazing. And I think this was probably one of everyone's favorite sessions as well, where we talk about some of the not so cool things happening right now, but also how does it apply to your own project, what could go wrong, and how are you going to mitigate this. So it's very important for the judges to know you've thought this through. So that's it really, and I know the judges have got their score sheets, and of course I recommend, because there are 10 projects to listen to please fill out your score sheets as you hear the teams. And if you need more time, we can always pause. But we only have 2 hours left. Well, less than 2 hours now for this process. So hopefully we will go through all of this very quickly. So this is the order we're going to roll with, and all teams are ready. So as I mentioned, we're going to be playing the video, and then you will have a couple of minutes with the judges, and the judges will be asking you questions, and we'll be coming to each judge. So have your questions ready. And that is probably it. So yes, team 1, Innovators, we are ready for you. Are you guys ready?
Welcome to Green Pulse, where small steps lead to a big future. Meet Sarah. She's a student, lives in the city, rides her bike, shops secondhand, and cares deeply about the planet. She wants to lower her carbon footprint but doesn't know where to start. Most apps feel too boring or complicated, and she's not alone. Millions of young people want to take action but feel lost. Yet, according to the IPCC, individual lifestyle choices can reduce emissions by up to 45%. The real problem, most people just don't know how.
Green Pulse is an AI-powered app that helps people cut their carbon footprint in a simple, fun, and accessible way. It tracks your transport purchase and habits, showing your real-time CO2 impact. Get daily eco-challenge like use public transport and earn points, badges, and ranks. Our AI assistant gives tips such as greener routes and support voice chat, great for all ages. The chatbot works in English, Russian, Azerbaijani, and Arabic. We built a website with HTML, CSS, React, and White using global AI, the backend in Python, and the mobile app prototype in Figma. Clicking the download button leads straight to the app, where gamification makes climate action a daily habit.
Green Pulse uses AI responsibly by collecting data only with the user's consent and prioritizing privacy through anonymization and transparency. We offer clear explanations, feedback tools, and privacy controls so users stay in charge of their experience. Our system is regularly checked for fairness and accuracy, with special attention to vulnerable groups. Our app uses open and user-generated data, such as public transport and information and geolocation with consent. To offer personalized carbon reduction challenges, respecting user privacy, we take accountability for how the AI behaves, ensuring it remains ethical, inclusive, and unbiased.
And now, here's our competitor analysis. And like Duro and A4Good, which need manual input or lack personalization, Green Pulse adapts to your habits, offers real-time tracking, and gamifies climate actions with smart challenges and rewards. It can even connect to your smartwatch. That's what sets Green Pulse apart, and it's not just impactful, it's also commercially viable. Actually, to ensure long-term sustainability, Green Pulse relies on 3 main revenue streams. First, a freemium model offers free access to core features with an optional premium upgrade. Second, we earn affiliate money by suggesting eco-friendly products in the app. Finally, we work with green brands to show ethical ads and create special challenges that match our values.
And to promote it, we'll use social media, partner with schools and green brands, organize team challenges, attend climate events, and offer real rewards to boost engagement, making going green fun, social, and rewarding.
Green Pulse is more than a project. It's our shared dream for a greener future.
Here is our team and our mentor. Thank you for your attention.
All right, so that's Team 1's presentation. As impressive as it is, it's just the first one of 10. So does Team 1, Team 1 should be on the call already. So if the judges are ready, I think we will be spotlighting. So yes, Rayan is representing Team 1. I think there should be a couple of you on the call. So if the judges are ready, any feedback, any comments, any questions? Feel free to just raise your hand or just unmute yourself and ask your questions.
I'll go first. So the only thing that I couldn't get out of the presentation was the commercial aspect. Because if you remember going back to, I'm going to talk about, most times I'm going to ask you around the business model side of it. Really liked the app. The app looks really fluid, and you really thought about the different ways that people can interact with the application and look at their carbon footprint from how they use different modes of transport, and I really like that. But then where's the sort of the monetization side of it? How do you think about how it's going to make money and sustain itself?
All right, team one, who will be responding to this? Tahim, go for it.
Yeah. So we have a multi-stream revenue model like freemium, free car, and B2B, so carbon offsets, in-app purchases, and partnerships with eco brands, NGOC, and smart cities. Yeah. Every revenue source supports our mission while ensuring long-term growth.
Brilliant. Thank you. Good answer.
All right, Letitia, you have a question? Go for it.
Yeah, no, very inspiring application. My question is on the language. You seem to kind of have only specific languages that you cover, and in our world now with large language models tend to be multilingual by definition. I also noticed that you didn't have any of the Gen AI or large language model as part of your competition. Have you considered those elements?
No, we work on Python and create only 4 because we have a less time for it. So we hope in the future we will figure out this and create more language.
Thank you.
I've got a quick question if there's time. So you love it. I thought that was great presentation. In terms of the social impact and specifically around kind of aligning with UN Sustainable Development Goals, is it focused, and there's no right or wrong answer here, just looking for clarification, is it purely focused on carbon and carbon footprinting, or do you have ambitions to go broader in terms of, say, biodiversity or nature or other environmental impacts, water use, resource consumption?
Emna, do you want to respond to that?
Well, it's all related in a way, for example, when you reduce your footprint, you will help biodiversity go better. And I don't know if you understand me, but I think it's related in a way. So we haven't thought about it, but yes, it can be this.
So the carbon footprint is like a huge problem in nowadays. So this app it reduces this carbon footprint in a in a smart way, in a simple and fun way to ensure long sustainability.
And George, I think you're speaking, but you might be on mute.
Thanks, both. That's answered my question. That was really great. Thanks.
Joita, any questions from you or comments? No? Okay, cool.
No.
So we're going to move on to the next team. Thank you, team one. Brave ones, first ones. So that was great. Let's listen to the second page. It's team 4, team
Kilia, and I'm the AI ethicist and the business thinker. I'm Dea, and I'm the front-end and back-end developer.
I'm Roa, and I'm the design thinker.
Every year, millions of divers, tourists, and locals encounter fascinating marine species, including endangered corals, turtles, and fish. Yet these valuable sightings are lost in personal photo galleries or scattered across social media without proper identification or scientific value. This creates a critical gap. Researchers and conservationists lack timely, location-based data to monitor marine biodiversity, while the public often remains unaware of the ecological importance of what they have seen. Without an easy way to recognize species, confirm if they're endangered, and capture this information as structured, shareable data, opportunities for education, awareness, and marine protection are missed.
This affects a lot of people: coastal communities depending on marine life, young people eager to help but lacking tools, scientists missing crucial biodiversity data, and really everyone, since ocean health is global health. Why? Because current tools aren't made for them. Many apps are technical, slow, or don't provide feedback, so valuable sightings go unseen, pollution is unreported, and users don't feel empowered to do anything. Globally, over 3 billion people depend on oceans, 80% of marine pollution comes from land, and 2,300 plus species are endangered, and nearly half the world is under 25. Most are not engaged in conservation.
Finding Nemo is a social platform for marine life and coral reef enthusiasts, powered by AI for instant species identification and conservation insights. Users upload a photo of any sea creature. AI detects the species, checks if it's endangered, and provides a short, engaging description. This helps track biodiversity trends and respond quickly to threats. We care about being fair and transparent, especially for youth and coastal users. That means no data used without consent. We tell users how decisions are made. Communities see and use what they help create. We test the AI to reduce bias, collect diverse user feedback, and make sure it works for all communities, not just experts. We designed our prototype in Figma, built our app with Streamlit for mobile use. Python, YOLO V8, Pillow, and other image tools were used in the backend. Maps were built with Volume. Everything runs on Streamlit Cloud, so users don't need to install anything.
Finding Nemo is free for everyone, especially youth and coastal users. We'll offer premium features like custom marine life calendars and deep biodiversity insights. Revenue also comes from eco-partnerships and educational collaborations.
Our AI looks at your photo and compares it to thousands of marine and lake species pictures to find the match. It tells you if that species is rare or endangered and why it matters. It feels like a mix of Instagram and Pokemon Go. You get badges, points, and ranks for spotting rare species. For once, you can actually say, I help protect endangered species, from my phone. Finding Nemo is more than an app. It's a bridge between people and the ocean, using AI, maps, and gamification to make saving marine life easy, fun, and impactful. Finally, we'd like to take the time to thank the mentors who answered every question we had. Of course, we'd like to thank the speakers and instructors, whose classes were very helpful and engaging. Last but not least, we'd like to thank the judges for taking the time to listen to our presentation.
All right. Thank you, team. Another great presentation. Joita, do you want to be first?
Yeah, I really loved it.
Liked it.
It's so nice, and it's very innovative, but at the same time, it's not so drastically new that I'm worried about how it'll be implemented. So I love that you guys came up with something that's been done to some extent in some other sectors, like citizen science for stars, astronomy data collection. People have tried it for endangered species in the forest. So the fact that we can use it for the oceans is actually a really great idea. I love it. I have two small quick questions. The first one is awareness of the app. So I love what the app does, and I have no doubt it's going to work. It has worked for many other sectors, so very good on that. But how will people be aware of it? What are your thoughts on that? So if I go and take pictures, I know Finding Nemo can do this, but how would I know about it? How do you think we can make people aware of knowing about it? How would they even know that they should be using this platform? What are your thoughts on that quickly?
Product hunt, Joita. Would be probably one of the first places I would go, but team, any answers? I think it's team 4, right? Finding Nemo. Who have we got? Just unmute yourselves and feel free to, I think, Roana, do you want to say?
Yes, hello. I'm having issues with the camera because the host has disabled, so that's why my camera isn't on.
Okay. We can hear you.
Yes, thank you. But to answer Jita's question, in our business model for our key partnerships, we want to incorporate social media to make users aware of our app, get to know about it, and start using it, and do programs about it in school and in youth clubs to really get them to attract them to our app.
I love that. Love that. That's a great answer. The other way could be the people who take those pictures are already present in the coast. So you could ask boat operators, shipping people, PADI instructors, scuba divers to have it outside their sheds or actually distribute it as part of their digital tickets. Like download this app when you're here. If you have 10 pictures uploaded, you get 1% discount on our tickets. So they can participate, and those guys are anyways already there. So that would be a great way to physically get them exactly where they're going to take the pictures. But I love it, and I'll reach out to you guys through Alina and speak to you separately on how we can do this together. I really love it. This is great.
You see, Joita wants to adopt.
Thank you.
Sweet. Anyone else? Joita, Ravi, Letitia, George? Any other questions?
Nothing from me. Just yeah, I thought it was great, but thanks, guys. You've given me all the info I need. Over to you, Ravi or Letitia.
And,
Really good presentation. Loved the humor and the energy in it as well. So really good. Yeah, Pokemon Go versus what was it? Pokemon Go versus Finding Nemo, something like that. Yeah, great example, great analogy.
Even
But
love the name. It's so great. Finding
yeah,
Nemo. It's
yeah,
amazing.
it's great, and it is great bringing that personality through as well, guys. So well done. Really liked it. Good job.
Could I add something?
of course.
I'd just like to add that we spent so much time on training the AI for image recognition that I know right now it doesn't look too visually appealing. But it's just a prototype. We have bigger plans laid out. We just wanted the image detection to be as accurate as possible since this is an AI powered app firsthand. But in the future, we surely have many things that we'd like to improve, and this is just a prototype that us three brought to life.
That's great already. Great
For
for the
three of
short
you
time
to
we
do
spent.
that,
Yeah,
there's a lot of people not being able to do that, right? And you're absolutely right. Getting the data right first is more important than having a pretty user interface. You see a lot of real world applications have really good user interfaces, but the data behind it isn't great. So that's definitely the right approach. Well done on that. Well done.
To be as accurate as
Big
possible.
congratulations. I really liked as well the social media and the fact that you're using, some of the mainstream element of your generation as well to kind of get the power behind it. I think is pretty impressive. And it looks like you spend a lot of time on the development as well. My question would be on the, how much of, large language model, Gen AI have you used to support you into the process?
Can I answer that?
Of course.
So I mostly worked on the back end. We used YOLO V8. It is an AI used for image detection, object detection, image recognition. We trained it to detect marine species specifically. And we used Google Colab as well, incorporating these two. We trained a custom model file, and out of all the files we trained, we chose the best one, and we named it Best, hence the name. And we used this for our app. Firstly, we used Streamlit as a framework, but then we hit a fair use limit, so we faced a challenge there. And then we turned to Hugging Face, which was actually mentioned in the lectures. We used YOLO V8 and Hugging Face to upload the trained model in.
That's pretty amazing. With my, responsible AI add-on, as you continue your journey, I would advise you to check up on your name for the team, because Finding Nemo, there's probably copyright on it, so you may want to, tweak it quite quickly, because you spend so much energy and time, you don't want to let you down at some point. So have a bit of a think on your name as you go on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good advice.
Thank you.
Really good advice here. Okay, team. Well, thank you so much for this energy, and let's move on to the next team.
Hello everyone, we're Green Guardians and this is our project Eco-Friend. Meet Lara and Mike. Lara is 25 and wants to help nature, but has no time for tree planting or long-term commitments. She also loves describing nature during travels and wants to join eco-events. She has questions but finds few answers. This is Mike. He's 30 years old, he's a passionate farmer and dreams of planting olive trees but needs funding to grow his garden. He has valuable knowledge but lacks a platform to share it.
Think about it. No birds, no clean air, no forest. That's where we're headed. Wildlife has dropped 73% since 1970, and last year we lost forests the size of Italy. A lot of people depend on them to live, and most of us in our survey said we're worried and want help. So our app makes it easy. You can spot animals, adopt a real tree, and watch it grow, and also join a fun community that actually protects nature.
But how does this actually make a positive impact on our environment? Our AI educates users about species, raising biodiversity awareness that leads to eco-action. Each sighting adds to global conservation data. Tree adoption helps reforestation efforts, and the community page builds an eco-conscious network. EcoFriend turns every user into a micro-conservationist using AI and community powers to fight biodiversity loss. One discovery, one tree, one action at a time.
Curious about the plant or animal in front of you? Snap or upload a picture of any species. Our AI analyzes the image within seconds and identifies the species using global biodiversity data. Share your findings with others and help eco-NGOs protect endangered species before adding them to your own digital forest, a growing log of what you found. Support reforestation by adopting real trees from farmers worldwide. Join eco events, connect with others, and protect your planet together. Together, you can build a global snapshot of Earth's biodiversity. Donate to make a lasting impact. And ask our chatbot any questions to explore and expand your knowledge. EcoFriend, together for a greener tomorrow.
So now the platform we use is Base44, an AI no-code tool that builds web apps from natural languages. The front end is made with TypeScript and React. JSON structures the database. Our machine learning AI identifies species and provides detailed information.
Our platform uses fair and honest AI to protect your data and to make sure farmers are treated well. We make money from product sales, donations, and investors with items costing $20 to $55. EcoFriend is safe, clear, and good for people and the planet.
All right. Thank you, team, for that. I think we'll go to you on the call. Amazing. Any questions or feedback? George?
I've got a quick question. It's a great presentation, guys. Thanks. I think it's a really interesting proposition. Just on one of your comments towards the end that you were going to make money from investors. Just wanted to clarify whether that's, is that your plan on raising investment, or is it investors? Is it just a turn of phrase where you're talking about customers? Just wanted clarification on that.
I think I can answer that. So by investors, we mean there are like many apps, even like one of them is called Startup Base, and there you basically you give like your idea, you kind of pitch it to investors, and if they're interested in it, then they can like invest in it. So we plan on, like, other than the other sources of income, we plan on to start off the project. I think we would love like to get the help of such investors. So yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think I think getting investment is definitely a good step on that pathway as this moves forward. But congratulations, really exciting pitch. That's it for me.
I was particularly impressed by the prototype, actually. They did an amazing prototype. The way you explained it had a lot of energy as well. Have you used any of the, new technology like generative AI to create some of your code or to give you ideas? Or, how did you kind of leverage all the tools that are in the market at the moment to make sure you took opportunity?
I can answer that again, if that's okay. So basically, generative AI, we use generative AI to just even like to get inspiration, and also during the process of creating the website itself, we also, Base44 is a no-code AI tool, so we used AI and it just generated that website, website for us based on our prompt. So I guess that's one of the places that we used AI with.
Thank you, Leila.
All right. Any other questions? Joyita, Ravi, comments, questions?
No, nothing for me. Really good. Thanks.
Very clear. Amazing. Thank you, team. Thank you, Team 5. Let's move on to the next one. And judges, just want to quickly check if you're fine and whether you need more time to fill in the sheets or you're running fine, right? It's all good. Okay, I got the thumbs up. Excellent. Let's move on to the next team.
I mean, the teams are making it really difficult to judge this because they're all really good so far. So well done, everybody, so far.
We try our best. Yes.
Hello, we are Team Hacktronics, and we are proud to present PureFlow, an AI-powered system that helps communities detect and filter microplastics from water in real time. Meet Leila Abed, a young woman who uses river water for cooking and drinking, but has no way of knowing if it's safe. She can't see microplastics, but they're there, and that's the case for millions of people worldwide. We built PureFlow to change that.
Microplastics are everywhere, in rivers, oceans, even drinking water, but they're almost impossible to detect without lab tools. Most current solutions are too expensive, require experts, or only focus on cleanup after pollution happens. There's a huge gap, and we set out to fix it. PureFlow is the first system under $200 that detects and filters microplastics in real time. Our AI camera detects particles with 74% accuracy. The filter removes them instantly, and the app tracks pollution. No lab, just clean water, anywhere it's needed.
We trained our AI model using a convolutional neural network. It detects microplastics with 74.1% accuracy and runs on a basic GPU. A USB camera will monitor the water, and whenever the microplastics are detected, a signal is sent to activate the filter. Let's check out the dashboard. When the video is uploaded, it gives us the prediction. It says it detected 39 microplastic instances in 13 frames with a confidence score, mostly being above 50%. We also have an option to do real-time testing via webcam integration. We designed PureFlow based on survey feedback and an interview with an ecologist who confirmed how urgently this tool is needed in real communities. What makes PureFlow special is that it doesn't just detect, it acts. Our hardware includes a low-cost camera/servo/filter system, and in future, we aim to integrate turbidity sensors for wider water types.
And here are the AI ethics. We built this system with ethical AI principles. Its personal data, uses local languages, and simple UI to be as inclusive as possible.
We sell affordable kits at $200 with a $10 per month per dashboard for schools and non-governmental organizations. We're also targeting SAT Alliance grant funding to support builder access. Most competitors usually detect or filter. PureFlow is the only low-cost solution that works with in real time and many apps or cloud access required.
Now meet our team. Pragya was in charge of the AI and model interview. Ahmed, on the other side, was in charge of the system logics. Kaukar was in charge of the business model and surveys. And I, Brighton, was in charge of all the design and visuals. Thank you.
All right, team 7, I feel like there was a bit of echo or something, but I'm hoping the judges heard the pitch, and the team is on the call to respond to any questions you might have. Any feedback from anyone or questions? Teacher?
I really like this presentation. I really like the way you mixed some of the AI and some of the camera and some of the technology to kind of solve a problem that's not been solved before. So big congratulations. My question for you is, what was the most difficult challenge you overcome in that process of coming up with this work?
I think I can answer that. For us, the most difficult problem was to integrate the dashboard. Actually, we tried via Streamlit, but it was not possible. So we used Gradio, and Gradio has some sort of problems where it stops working after we switch off the notebook. So it was a lot of trouble connecting it with Hugging Face because I was not really experienced in that. So it took a significant amount of time, and we were really stressed out at the end of the project. But after all, it worked, and we could install it in Hugging Face so that it stays on there. Nevertheless, if the notebook is not, or like we used for Google Colab, so even if the notebook is not working, it is still we can still see the dashboard.
Thank you very much.
Any other feedback or questions?
I'll go next. I love this. I love this. Microplastics is a huge problem, right? And making it accessible, because there's a lot of thought about, where do you do it at distribution of the water, et cetera, but in a lot of areas that only works in first world countries doesn't work in second and third world countries, right? So having the ability for the human, the person, to be able to have something that's fairly low cost, to be able to inspect the water, whether it's safe or not, is brilliant. The $200 mark, though, is quite high. So when you take this further, right, you've got to think in rural areas, $200, that's a lot of money, right? So you'd want to think about partnerships, with cleanwater.com, for example, or, some of the other NRGs out there that are doing some of this work and providing the technology to them through sponsorships and funding. But yeah, I really like this. I really, really like this. Really, really great. And in fact, if I could install something like this in my house for even our water that comes into our houses in the UK, it would be amazing. So really good job. Really good job. And by the way, the integration with Gradio and Hugging Face, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. So don't beat yourself up about that. Even people like me who work and live and breathe in AI, sometimes it just doesn't want to do what it wants to do. So don't worry.
Joita?
Yeah, I was going to say that this is great. I love it because microplastics and solution of it in the ocean is the holy grail. I probably see at least one new solution every 6 months, and it's hard to make them work, not just because of the AI. There's an adoption challenge. There's an economical institutional challenge about which institution actually benefits. So the benefiter of it versus who will pay for it is different. It's like the schooling thing. The students benefit, the parents pay, and it's complicated. So you've aligned all of those elements to a huge extent. So I like the overall plan, not just the technology and the prototype, the way you've thought about it as a systems challenge. And I'd encourage you to think more in that direction because it's not just a tech challenge. It is, but that's somewhat doable. It's also as a system, how do we solve it? Because, is it the public sector? Is it private sector? Is the onus on individuals, private water bodies? Water bodies are one of the most complex entities anywhere in the world, as that's my bread and butter for many years. So the fact that you've thought about everything is incredible. I love it. And we should definitely talk. So you should find me after this if you want to do something that actually works and is at scale and you want to know how water bodies integrate with financial systems and mandates. I can help you maybe find a fit there. So we can talk about it.
Amazing. I'm making notes who I will be putting in touch with who, so that some of the teams who, particularly if you are willing to continue working on this, Pragya, we could also help you find a mentor if you're still struggling with, all of the Hugging Face integrations and whatnot. So as long as you want to carry on working on this problem and solve it, we will be able to provide you with support. So for sure. Any other comments, George? Anything from you?
Yeah, I might just echo the comments from the other judges, really. I thought it was really nice to see hardware, software integration here and sort of bringing that additional dimension with the kind of AI model underpinning it. So yeah, I thought that was really smart. And if, as has already been said, a really, really important use case and an incredibly difficult space. So great work on sort of unpicking it and presenting something that was clear and easy to understand in what is a complex challenge.
Some really great feedback and suggestions for you, team. So well done. Let's move on to the next team.
Bias in AI is a major crisis, especially within the climate action world. Let's face it, there's a ton of AI tools out there that claim to fight climate change, but for most people, it's either that they're too hard to find, too hard to trust, or too hard to understand. In a world where anyone and everyone can create an AI tool that helps them with climate action, our website is able to combine all of these tools into one place Bias in AI is a major crisis, especially within the climate action world. Let's face it, there's a ton of AI tools out there that claim to fight climate change, but for most people, it's either that they're too hard to find, too hard to trust, or too hard to understand. In a world where anyone and everyone can create an AI tool that helps them with climate action, our website is able to combine all of these tools into one place and rank these tools not only on their capabilities, but also on how ethical they are. According to our survey data, over 80% of users don't know any AI tools that help with climate action. And those who voted yes for this question mostly named ChatGPT as the only tool that they know that could help with climate action. In the long term, we're able to directly combat the bias and ethical consequences of AI in the climate action sphere. Because of our leaderboard and clear system of ethical frameworks, we're able to urge the lower ranking AI tools to become more ethical, whether it is to have a better inclusion of data or to be more accessible to users and transparent to what they do with this data.
Our prototype is an app and a website. We use Figma Make to create our app and Wix.com to create our website.
Upon entering our app, you will see a sign-in page where you can enter any email and any random password. On the bottom right corner, you can find the most important feature, which is the AI rank, where we have ranked different AI climate change tools by their transparency, environmental impact, data privacy, bias or fairness, and their accessibility. This is a score out of 100. Next to it is the comparison feature, where you can compare different AI tools based on their features and their ethicality. Then there's also a sponsor page and a shop page, where we could be generating revenue. On top of that, we also have features like education and also a climate change tracker.
Our app has an AI ranking for AI technologies and a chatbot for them to ask questions as much as they can.
Our project is able to operate under a business model because not only have we proven that there is an actual need for our free platform, but we can also generate revenue through ethical certification services for AI tool developers, collaboration with climate organizations and educational hubs, advertisement for high-ranking AI tools.
So why should you care? Because the future of AI depends on the tools we can actually trust. Our platform doesn't just rank AI, it empowers people, exposes bias, and pushes companies to do better. If we want AI to solve climate change, it needs to be just, fair, and transparent. And that all starts here.
All right, another great project. Letitia, I'm wondering whether World Economic Forum would be quite interested in something like this. It seems like a big global problem, right? This team is solving. Go for it, Letitia.
Definitely benchmarking AI is a huge challenge. I was about to ask actually some questions to the team because one of the big challenge we find at the moment in the world is the providers of AI don't want to share information. So therefore, the benchmarking is pretty hardcore to do. So have you thought about this, and how do you plan to address you grading and in a transparent and ethical way? What's your process of benchmarking? Because I think that's the holy grail in some way, to kind of nail that process.
Abigail? Oh, Letitia? Who wants to?
Okay, please, can you come again?
Oh, Letitia, would you be able to summarize this again?
Yeah. So I think this is a great challenge to address. I think a number of organizations, including Hugging Face, actually have been trying to kind of tackle it. I think one of the big challenge at the moment is, a number of the AI providers are not transparent about, you know, what data they use, how they use it, what are the processes they actually kind of put in place. We lucky in Europe, we have the EU AI Act and the Code of Conduct on large language model that are helping with that transparency, but it's very difficult. So my question to you is, how did you, you know, beside the, you know, offering the portal, did you have you thought about ways of collecting that information? Because AI providers don't like to be compared with one another. I can promise you that.
Can I answer it?
So
yes, go for it.
Okay, so basically we plan on using the public information which is available, so we can have safe information, but also which is free to use from everybody, and it's like a sorting criteria for each action that our app has, and people will also see that how every information is calculated and how every information is gathered through our app. So we plan to be transparent and fair, which is not what most of the apps actually do.
Thank you.
okay, to add that to that, if you go to our app, you can see that we have the AI ranks, but they are not real AIs because they are our project is just a prototype. Then what our app generally does is that it helps our users to fight against the AI biases in climate action. Then they can get some education on AI ethics, AI biases, climate action. They can buy some AI tools that help to tackle climate change.
Thank you.
And can share your screen so we can see. I'm trying to share my screen, but I
Oh,
don't know
Abigail, we
what's
won't be able
happening.
to share the screen for the responses, but thank you for your response. Well done. Any other questions, Ravi? Go for it. I think you're on mute.
You are still on mute, Ravi.
You're still on mute, Ravi. Yes,
There we
now
go.
better. We can hear you, Ravi.
Thanks, Abigail. Yeah, no, really good. Yeah, so I really liked it. And just like Letitia said, in the corporate world, we are looking at how the model. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Excellent. Right. So yeah, in the corporate world, we're looking at how various different models from Meta, from Google.
We hear you. It's okay.
We can hear you, Ravi. Carry on.
It's really weird. What's going on? Okay, so yeah, so the model bias is really, really important, and sort of creating a leaderboard between all these models and how they perform, and giving that transparency and trust. So I speak a lot about this to big corporate enterprises around how you trust those applications and how you trust the data. So that's actually a really important thing, because even the other teams, right? You can have the other teams on your platform and showing you the model bias and how accurate they are. So actually, you guys could be this kind of overarching umbrella to keep everybody in check, right? To say, yeah, you know, you are doing the right things for climate change, and yes, we can track the carbon footprint reduction through this particular app. So I love this because you thought about it not just how you solve one problem, but how you kind of put your arms around climate change as a whole. So this is really good. Really like this one. So yeah, and this is a real problem as well. So well done, guys.
Amazing. George, yes, go for it. I felt like it was up your street. I was looking forward to your comment. Go.
So yeah, I love this. Really, really, really great to see. As Ravi said, there's this kind of almost ethics as infrastructure approach, where you're kind of building out this this underlying transparency, democratic access to data. There's like evidence evaluations, all kinds of interesting things going on. I think as you progress, if this moves forward, one thing to think about is how like a multi-model approach might work, like having a foundational model and then having effectively letting different AI models mark each other's homework. Because as we move forward, there might be biases, and especially in like terms of regionality as well, like having using Western systems, using different Chinese models, letting them evaluate each other, because you'll get different ethical interpretations based on how those underlying LLMs have been trained. So really interesting and excited for it. I love the presentation. I thought it was clear. So yeah, no questions really, more just reflections.
All right. Okay, team, thank you so much. Another exciting presentation. Let's move on to the next team. Shemi. Lovely. Team 11.
Please, I want to ask something.
How do you take action when the planet is on fire and you're barely holding it together? That's a question millions of young people are silently asking as climate anxiety rises and meaningful tools remain out of reach. We're here to change that. Team Atmos, consisting of Amna, Mariam, Dion and Pavan, with the vision behind Solara, a platform that supports emotional well-being and empowers real-world climate action all in one experience, because caring for the planet should also mean caring for the people trying to save it.
This slide is about SDG 13, climate action. Climate change is already affecting communities like Pakistan. Solara helps by raising youth awareness, promoting sustainable habits, supporting climate resilience, and empowering young people to take action. Why Solara exists? Solara exists because young people are worried about climate change but don't feel heard. Many experience anxiety and think that adults aren't doing enough. We created Solara to give youth a voice and help them take real, meaningful climate action.
I'm Pavan. Presented are some of the features of Solara that I know will have you buzzing to see more of. An eco tracker helping you to measure your daily carbon and water footprint with full privacy control. A wellness zone offering tools to journal, reflect and manage eco anxiety, because climate care often starts with self-care. A blue carbon game leaning more into play as you restore ocean systems while understanding real climate solutions. An eco exchange premium, making it easy to swap or resell sustainable items and clothing within trusted youth communities. We have a climate alerts area, providing real-time updates on heat waves, floods, and more, along with prep tips tailored to your needs. E-petitions empowering you to support verified climate causes and share them safely across your networks. Solara circles, letting you team up with friends or classmates to set up climate goals and stay accountable together. There is also an impact dashboard, which visualizes your progress and shows how small actions contribute to meaningful change. Now that you've seen what Solara offers, let's take you through a quick demo of our prototype. Our landing page highlights the core features of Solara, giving users a first look at what matters most. Just below, you'll find a preview of what Premium includes. With Wellness comes Luna, our AI companion powered by ChatGPT's 3.5 model, launching in September. You can chat with Luna about anything, track your mood daily, and measure your carbon and water footprint, all with full privacy control. In the Impact section, you can choose eco actions from a curated list or create your own based on what's realistic for you, whether that's walking, reducing plastic use, or taking shorter showers. The blue carbon gaming makes climate action fun. Compete with friends, earn points, and rise up the leaderboard. The air section visualizes real-time pollution levels around you with tips to stay safe. Alerts help you act on local and global climate issues, while circles connect you with like-minded changemakers. Finally, support local and global causes through our dynamic e-petitions hub. To see more, click our prototype.
The climate tech space is surely growing, but few platforms center young people as whole individuals. Apps like Earth Hero or AirWorld track carbon and beat SDGs, but they miss out on the emotional social side of climate action. Solara fills that gap to bring together habit tracking, youth stories, emotional wellness, and an ethical marketplace, all in one app. It's not just about fighting climate change, it's also about feeling seen while doing it.
This slide covers how the app stays ethical. It asks for users' consent, protects privacy, and supports mental health. Data is shared clearly, harmful content is blocked, and is accessible for everyone. Plus, it only works with eco-friendly partners.
So as we move forward, Solara will continue evolving with and for its users. We aim to enhance the Eco Tracker with smarter AI that personalizes actions based on your habits, expand the Eco Exchange into a full resale marketplace for sustainable fashion and upcycled goods, grow Solara circles, safe digital spaces where young people can share, support, and act together, partner with ethical organizations to bring in mentorship, resources, and funding, and finally, scale our platform globally by working with schools, climate networks, and youth communities. We're building more than just an app, we're building a future shaped by youth, powered by care, and rooted in climate resilience. Thank you so much for your time. Solara is built with love, tech, and purpose. We'd love for you to check out our GitHub and prototype, and join us in making climate action more inclusive.
All right, it was a very speedy pitch, but hopefully everyone understood. My brain, I think, is in a bit of a meltdown at this time of the day after lots of calls today. But team, next time, less words and more pauses as I was training, but it's okay. We're all in training and learning, right? But great pitch nonetheless. Is the team on the call? Joey, do you want to be the first one? Ask.
Yeah. So I really like the gamified community approach because it has worked for Klima, Pakama, and a lot of other similar approaches where we've used climate and community and badging and information. Basically, you're trying to create the same cocoon, and it definitely works really well. It has worked for beach cleanups and everything else. My question is a bit more around clarification rather than a question. At many points, you've mentioned blue carbon, and then you've mentioned overall climate action. So is this specifically for blue carbon communities, or is it climate action, but maybe there is some focus on blue carbon? Because blue carbon did come up a few times, but I wasn't sure if this is a very ocean-specific community, blue carbon-based community, or is it green and blue carbon? Like, that wasn't very clear to me. But other than that, I thought it was great, regardless of what you're going to tell me.
Who is on the call to respond and take questions?
Can I answer?
Yes, go for it.
So, Julia, it's like climate action in general, but a little element of blue carbon.
Okay.
So it is generic climate action.
Yeah.
So this whole thing is about tackling climate action together as communities. We've set up a part in our app in the circle section. I hope that you've heard that bit, but the circle section allows people to work together to fight climate action in all different situations. I think it was the SDGs of 13, 14, and maybe 16, if I've got that right. Hopefully I have. But to tackle water and land as part of a youth group. So how do we get awareness for that? I remember one of the judges asking that question to a different group. So, I mean, we've got Mark Rober, Mr. Beast, Team Water, Team Trees. They've all worked together. And so researching various charity balls, we're a causal pressure group in effect. So lobbying the government through other pressure groups, promoting it. For example, Extinction Rebellion or Just Stop Oil. I mean, despite some negative publicity for them, any product and service will be noticed for its nature. So whether it be any other pressure group, it will be great for now the UK government, but it will hopefully reach globally. We've got IGOs and NGOs, so speaking to them will hopefully get our awareness right there. Thank you.
All right, George.
Thanks, guys. Really great presentation. It's really ambitious what you're trying to do, and kind of looking across the different aspects: your circles, air, ocean, impact, wellness. There's lots of things. What do you think is the sort of starting places in terms of like is there any aspect of it that, you know, if you were to develop out an MVP following this, like, or minimal viable product, what would be the key bits that you think are really important to kind of hook first before building out?
Team, who is taking this question?
Can I answer that?
Go for it, Mariam.
So I believe our app would first like to focus on climate wellness because this is one of the issues that we want to tackle first. You know, as research shows that 85% of young people are deeply worried about climate change, with 45% reporting daily life disruptions due to eco-anxiety. So Solara wants to bridge that gap between emotional distress and actionable solutions by combining mental health support with community-driven. But that's what was our first main goal. So I guess that what are we going to work on first?
Exactly. So, as we know, Team Atmos is our team, but the app that we've created is Solara. They're two different things. So this is a landing platform to branch out and fully launch into becoming a hopefully global brand, working with different areas and different people. One of many different services or products.
Our
Brilliant.
prototype's also in the Zoom chat if you'd like a further look.
All right.
Thanks. I've had a click through it, and it's really great to see as it comes to life. And yeah, just want to say, really love the ambition and thinking about how your business is going to be structured, etc. It's great.
May I just jump in? It might be a bit of a long talk from me.
No, Pavan, sorry, we do not have time for a long talk. And Letitia has got a question, and we have to move on to the next team. This is not an opportunity to pitch second time. Sorry, Pavan.
No,
Letitia, go for it.
it's a clarification as well as edits to be made.
Keep it 2 seconds. 1, 2, quick.
Okay. So as Team 10 have said, the most effective tools are hard to find and they're sparsed out. So we have collected a variety of simple tools. I've learned in my free time doing microeconomics that we learn to make rational decisions based on our actions, as in companies' actions. London is becoming an increasingly surveilled, censored, and polluted area. So prior information is simple, transparent, and clear. By the time it would have launched, our website will have had an AI to help users find their answers based on already solved questions, should they have any questions. As our competition speaks on their project, we just want to address Team 5 and Team 7's microplastics team. I had a teacher back in secondary school who had pitched her idea for her PhD, and ever since then, we've been tracking her progress. Microplastics is a real problem, so events seen in the app and outside of the app are those that she's confidently willing to help endorse, should it come to it.
Great, Pavan. I'm afraid there is no time to pitch again. Sorry, Letitia, do you have a quick question?
Well, not a question. I just wanted to upload this team passion, to cram in as much as possible with the high-speed pitch and for your relevance as well and engagement in the question. This is, solving a hard problem needs that level of passion and resilience. So I do applaud your endeavors.
Amazing. Yes, Pavan, keep that passion going. This must not stop. All right, let's move on to the next team, please, because it's already 18 past 5. Agregard, go for it. Shemi, just checking we have...
Yes, I'm working on that.
Okay, no worries. Yes, Team 12, you should be getting ready, and cameras on is just always a bit more personable. We recommend it, but of course it's no pressure if you can't have your camera on.
Hey
Go for it.
everyone, welcome to AgriGuard. We're using AI to help smallholder farmers transition to climate-smart agriculture. Agriculture is responsible for 24% of global emissions, from degraded soils, livestock methane, synthetic fertilizers, and deforestation. Conventional farming is a carbon disaster. But here's the twist. Soil can store carbon, and right now, we're wasting that potential. Smallholder farmers grow 70% of the world's food, but they're stuck. They don't have localized climate data, they're unaware of regenerative techniques, and most can't access digital tools. Without financial incentives, switching feels risky. For them, it's a trade-off. Survive today or save tomorrow. Right now, 95% lack timely local forecasts, and fewer than 1 in 4 use agritech.
AgriGuard is an AI-powered platform that helps smallholder farmers shift to climate-smart farming. It uses satellite data, soil sensors, and machine learning to give real-time, hyperlocal advice, improving soil, increasing yield, and unlocking carbon credits. Here's how it works. It gathers satellite and sensor data, analyzes soil carbon, climate risks, and farming practices, and then guides farmers through a simple chatbot, even offline. And when they adopt sustainable practices, they get rewarded by linking to carbon markets. It works because it's precise, accessible, real-time, and designed for low connectivity, low literacy communities.
Welcome to AgriGuard. Your homepage gives a snapshot of your impact, number of farms, land cultivated, and carbon credits earned. From there, head to My Farms. Each farm, like your rice and wheat farm, has live data at your fingertips: satellite images, water use, carbon credits earned, soil moisture and temperature, pest and disease risks, and NDVI scores. If there's a problem, like high disease risk, you'll get an alert with a button to open AI advice. Here's where the magic happens. Our AI can chat with you in real time, in many languages, respond to questions by voice or text, and even analyze photos of your crops. Whether it's identifying a pest, recommending irrigation changes, or explaining data, the AI gives tailored, actionable advice stored in your advice history for future reference. Then, track your climate impact on the carbon credits page with live stats, dollar value, and credit history. Hit redeem to browse the AgriGuard reward store and exchange credits for real products like high-yield seeds or cash vouchers. Finally, you can personalize your experience and settings with profile tools, offline mode, languages, and more.
Our backend uses fast API and Python for machine learning and data handling with SQL-led storage on riblets. The AI logic is placeholder using Python's random module ready for a real model. Key files manage carbon predictions, AI advice, farm registration, soil data, and database tasks. Powering AgriGuard's intelligence. At AgriGuard AI, we take AI ethics seriously. We protect data with encryption, train models on diverse datasets for fairness, explain recommendations clearly, and have experts review AI outputs to ensure accuracy and safety.
AgriGuard runs on a multi-sided revenue model. We take a small cut from verified carbon sales, license the platform to NGOs and governments, offer premium app upgrades, and sell low-cost sensor kits with partner support. The market is massive. Over 500 million smallholder farmers worldwide, and the voluntary carbon market is projected to hit $250 billion by 2030.
Thank you for your time. You can explore our prototype and GitHub repo right here. We'd love your feedback and support as we grow AgriGuard.
All right. Any questions? Letitia.
Wow, I'm blown away. Agriculture is a very hard topic, and with the high impact. The World Economic Forum just published their Job of the Future report, and agriculture is at the top there. Because there's obviously a lot of movement, and it's important to feed the population, to get out of poverty, but also, sustain, the environment. So there's huge challenges. So I think you're spot on your problem statement and the accessibility and how you mixed some of your idea. I think is pretty groundbreaking. So big congratulations. How did the idea come about?
Mariam, how did the idea come about? Or Mahroush?
Could I start with this one, if that's fine? I think we had a very complicated history with this. I hope you guys can hear me fine. Initially, we had a completely different idea. I think that's the funny part. We had something called Tree X100. It was, I think, the first 2 days of the incubator, we were working on that one. But we really sat down as a team. We thought about it. We were like, this project isn't going to cut it because it was essentially a box that wanted to replace the carbon absorbing power of 100 trees. It does sound a little extreme for a teen incubator. So we really had to double down, sit in silence for a bit and brainstorm a brand new idea. We thought about something that probably has a more achievable outlook. So we chose the agriculture field. And so we do have a bit of a complicated history with that, but I think, break a bone, it comes back stronger. So that is our funny little history of that.
There's a lot of vertical farming kind of happening, in cities. So if you have your solution and we can all create our own food on a day-to-day basis, I think it could be even more groundbreaking. So.
All right. Joita, do you want to go next? What's up?
Yeah, I was going to say, really love it as well. Same as Letitia, I'm blown away by the potential of what it can do and revolutionize, and I'd say also democratize. That's the word, access. But I'm more like, if you need any suggestions or help around the VCM, the voluntary carbon market, come find me. I can talk to you about it, because it is currently going through a slow, painful death. So almost all voluntary carbon models need to find an alternative revenue, almost all of them, regardless of, what field they're in, because VCM will come back 100%, and especially around 2028, it is bound to come back. But it's just right now, there is no VCM, thanks to several institutional factors. So maybe the farmers could just make direct revenue in many other ways, because this project has so much potential. It has biodiversity credits, it has bionet gains. There are so many other ways to make money. But the core idea that they could do that, and they could have a revenue potential and democratize access, is just incredibly powerful. Love that. Really great. Well done.
All right. Any other feedback, suggestions?
I'll just sort of flow off that. I think, yeah, very, very good. Really, really liked where you're going. I thought just across the board, it was really well presented. Everything was really clear. You kind of answered a lot of key questions: market, business model, how it's what problem you're solving. So yeah, I think in terms of clarity, I think really, really well done there. And on a side note, I've got a good friend who runs an app that supports, I think, somewhere in the region of 200, 300,000 smallhold farmers, predominantly in Africa. And yeah, I think they're a really good team based in Bristol, where I'm from. But I'm more than happy to make an intro, because if you move forward with this, that would be, yeah, feel free to follow up with me.
Amazing. I'm just making a note of that, George, because I will be coming to you for this, because I have a feeling Mahrouche, she won a competition, IWD, just in March, right? Mahrouche, tell me now. Something to think about, right?
So the only thing that I would say is, again, echoing what the other judges had, but there's a few companies trying to tackle this at the moment using satellite data, and access to data is really difficult and very expensive at the moment. So I agree with what you're trying to do, but I also like Letitia's idea about the micro growers, such as the people that are at home trying to do vertical farming, or some of the new age farming models where it's ultimately warehousing and you do vertical farming and stacking, particularly in the Middle East and other areas, right? So there's a good opportunity there where actually you don't need access to satellite data. It's more, how do they make those farms more efficient? So the fact that you pivoted, 2 days into your journey as you develop the application, that goes to all of the teams, right? Don't just drop it. Don't give up. Pursue it. But if you see that there's the business is slightly taking a slightly different tangent and you're learning more, then don't be afraid to slightly pivot on your original idea, right? Failing fast is a really, really good thing, but it's not failing, it's learning and evolving, right? So that's a great example of that, Marish. Really, really great example. I just wanted to highlight that. So well done.
Could I add a little bit here? Really great advice, and I think we are a bit open to pivoting. But we have sort of layered this so that if one part doesn't work out, we still have others. Agricultural data is very expensive, especially high resolution satellite imagery, stuff like this. So our approach is basically to combine freely available data. You have satellite data sets by NASA and I think ESA, and you can also get affordable input-output sensors. We do have an option for that the farmer can input their own data. We are trying to reduce dependency on, premium data by providing sort of actionable or high quality insights. We're trying to keep our costs low. By partnering with NGOs, I think we could maybe figure it out. But I think I like your advice. I think we could figure out how to pivot through there.
All right. I think we should move on to the next team, because we will be running out of time soon. So thank you, team. And Mahrouche, a big decision for you to make which product you're going to focus on, the one that you built in March or the one you're building now, right? But a multi sort of entrepreneur here in in the Zoom call today. So good luck, team. Team 13.
This is GeoNDC Monitor.
Meet Fatima. Fatima is a climate officer in Nigeria, passionate but overwhelmed. She faces constant questions from the media, yet lacks up-to-date data. Her reports are manual, her insights delayed, and her impact limited. So we ask, how can we help Fatima make faster, better climate decisions? Our solution: imagine Fatima with a monthly dashboard tracking progress by sector, color-coded maps to spot risks and wins, one-click exports for her mayor or media. We're not just building software, we're giving leaders like Fatima the clarity and confidence to drive climate action.
The journey to net zero is not slowed by a lack of solutions, but by fragmented data, slow decision-making, and underused technology. Only 6 countries in Africa is actively tracking and updating their progress. We do have systems that measure forest loss or carbon emission, but we lack a system that compiles all these numbers into one. So how we'll create an NDC monitoring system that uses AI to track climate action?
Our solution is GeoNDC, a software that combines machine learning and satellite data to monitor climate performance and attribute emissions, allowing governments, institutions, and NGOs to track what's working and what's not, prioritizing actions towards NDC targets. So this GeoNDC system will use satellite data for measuring nitrogen dioxide, forest loss, and gas flaring. All users can download a PDF report for all these matrices, and these numbers will be updated. Based on these 3 factors, we compute a score for each country with a ranking and warning dashboard. We also have a comprehensive guide to how these scores were calculated and where we get data. GeoNDC uses GBM, a fast gradient boosted tree model, to predict the expected nitrogen dioxide emission based on weather and season, including temperature, wind speed, humidity, and other factors. Our model showed 94% accuracy. By finding the expected NO2 by nature, we found the emission by pure human activity. We use NO2 because it doesn't accumulate in the air, unlike carbon dioxide. We used data from Sentinel, VRS, Hansen, processed it, ran the gradient boost model, and computed the score using NO2 emission, forest loss, and gas flaring.
Reach small rural communities, causing bias or misuse. Communities like small remote villages and indigenous groups face the highest risk from misinterpretation. We publish our methodology and score versions openly, let others check our data and models, and offer feedback channels for errors. Our system uses explainable machine learning to show why predictions change, highlight low quality input, display confidence level clearly, and state model limits to users. This stream comes from tiered API subscriptions for government and climate agencies, plus grants and donations from sources such as Africa Catapulta. We aim to launch in 15 countries after the first year, around 28% of African nations, focusing where Earth-observing infrastructure already exists. With the African satellite-based Earth observation market estimated around 76 million, capturing 10% of that translates to a 6.8 million revenue target. That's the amount we're raising to fund deployment.
These are the members for Team 13, GeoNDC, and thank you so much.
All right. I can see team is already on the call and ready. Any feedback, questions from the judges?
I'm happy to go. Yeah, love the pitch. Really, really interesting space to be in. Could you talk a little bit to just why the focus on nitrogen? I love that, by the way, but just a little bit of expansion there would be really great.
Yeah, sure. So I think one of the most emissions that we focus on is usually the greenhouse gases, which encompasses CO2, NO3, methane. But the problem with these gases is that they are accumulated in the atmosphere for a long time. For methane, it's around 12 years, and carbon dioxide, it's much more. So the thing is that if we want to have a lively feedback in a really short time, I think NO2 is the best one since it stays in the air for around 3 days, maybe a few hours, and just goes away. So based on that, we'll be able to know how much human activity has caused these emissions for NO2. And by that, governments, institutions, any organizations will be able to see how it changes on a very short time base.
So it's real short time frames, so that then the interventions can brilliant. Yeah, love that. It's a really neat approach and not something you hear every day. So yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Really impressed by the pitch and by the whole idea. all of this is actually based on satellite data, or do you need also data from the ground, or can you do everything using satellite data?
So because of that, we use a variety of data, but our primary database is satellite data. So usually we have these raw satellite data that it's not really processed yet. So what we do is that we process a lot of these raw satellite data and then convert that to something that people can actually use and really as a statistic. So we use Sentinel-5P, that's the tropomide, that's for the NO2. For the weather, we use from ERA5, that's Corpinius open access climate data that they provide us. And for gas flaring, this is for like how much NO2, I mean like gases produced after oil burning, combustion, all these things. That's from VRS. So that's also satellite. So most of them are satellite, but we also can get other statistics to give a whole comprehensive score.
Could you do a global leaderboard on this, with satellite data? Because I think it probably would create a nice competition across the globe. I think a number of countries likes to be leaders.
For sure. The reason why we focus Africa was because I'm living in Africa for around 3 years. And the problem we see is that African countries, all of them, do not have the amount of adequate infrastructure or capacity to do these NDS progress mark bars. So that's why we try to focus on Africa first. But we can expand this to worldwide. Absolutely. Like we have all the resources, all the algorithms and everything set up if you want to expand it. Yeah.
Yeah, meaning if you manage a way to track some of those things at a global level with satellite-only data, you have something very powerful in your hand. Yeah, you should go to United Nations, the World Economic Forum, or some of those kind of more global organization, UNESCO. Like to try to, see, because I think that could be very powerful.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Amazing. Anyone else? George, Robbie? No comments?
No, nothing from me. Good job. Well done.
Okay, well, great job. Let's move on to the next team. Team Natural Intelligence. Love the name.
Good afternoon. We are Team Natural Intelligence, and we're proud to introduce our app, AquaTrace.
At AquaTrace, we believe a silent crisis is unfolding. Microplastics have infiltrated every aspect of our environment unseen. Today, we're here to help fight back.
Microplastics are wreaking havoc on marine ecosystems. Fish ingest these tiny particles, which then end up on our plates and in our bodies. Studies already link microplastics to inflammation, hormone disruption, and long-term damage.
Despite this growing threat, there are no global reporting obligations, no regulatory standards, and no consumer transparency requirements. Responsibly sourced certifications ignore microplastic levels, and that's simply unacceptable. This lack of accountability directly contradicts UN SDGs.
To be clear, fish aren't the problem. The real issue lies in regulations, and we're here to change that.
Our solution, AquaTrace, a user-friendly app designed to empower individuals and inform businesses.
The core vision of our app is completely free because informed health and environmental decisions should never be a luxury. It's designed for everyone with intuitive navigation and clear labels.
AquaTrace uses real-time scientific data, predictive AI modeling, and environmental equations, all detailed in our Data Sources tab. It brings complex insights straight to the fingertips of everyday users.
This is the free plan. The Fish Database tab allows people to compare the safety of different fish. The Meal Ideas tab gives people ideas for healthy, safe, environmentally friendly meals. The Data Sources tab provides sources for all our data. The Petition tab is your way to make your voice heard. The About Us Q&A tab provides a helpful AI assistant and frequently asked questions. You can upgrade to the paid business plan, including an ocean dashboard, an interactive ocean map with fish species and ocean zones, and an analytics tab with in-depth information. Finally, it also includes the reports tab used to generate informative reports. We hold ourselves to the highest ethical standards. All our data is scientifically credible and transparent.
Our data sources tab is full of data and sources to see.
Our business model balances accessibility and sustainability. The core app is free.
We generate revenue by offering advanced features to businesses such as ocean analytics, microplastic mapping, custom reports, and integration tools. An increasingly health-conscious market, this gives companies a clear edge.
Operates has many great partnership options. Think about it, we could partner with Gusto or HelloFresh, something like that, to provide low microplastic meal plans, expanding their growth and ours as well.
Supermarkets could pilot our microplastic rating system, pressuring suppliers to clean up their act and aiding consumers.
To raise awareness, we will leverage social media campaigns to make microplastic awareness mainstream.
Microplastics may be tiny, but their impact isn't. AquaTrace brings visibility, accountability, and action to one of the most urgent issues of our time.
All right. Ravi, kick us off.
I love that. So I used to work for Sainsbury's before I worked for Intel. And microplastics in food, particularly in fish, is a really, really big thing. And I really like the way that you thought about the partnerships with Gusto. And you said one thing really clearly, which was to put the pressure on the retailers, to then put the pressure on the suppliers to be transparent about it. And your platform looked really, really in depth. Like, how did you guys make that platform? Like, what did you build that on? That looks pretty impressive, guys. I've got loads of questions, by the way, so I'm going to take the next 20 minutes talking to you guys. So, yeah.
So we use Base 44 with a built-in infrastructure stack, a visual editor with GitHub integration, and it's a no-code tool.
Amazing.
The full application with natural language prompts.
Brilliant. Amazing. Yeah, I think you really hit a nail on the head there with that one as well. Like, because you've also got the transparency in the data. So not only are you sort of surfacing the dashboards and saying, this particular salmon or cod or whatever it is has got this amount of microplastics, but you're also showing them the data behind. So if they want to interrogate the data, the consumer, me, using the platform can go, well, where did that data come from? Can I trust that data? You've really looked at it from lots of different angles. So well done, guys. Well done. Really, really like it.
We believe that is a massive cornerstone to the project because obviously health is something very personal and we have to make sure that all of the data is obviously credible.
Yeah, well done. Well done, guys.
So originally we didn't have as much depth to our sources and as much information, but it's one of the things that our mentors really helped us with, kind of diagnosing the issue there and telling us that we needed to show our sources and be more transparent.
Juita?
Yeah, I was going to say, really love it, guys. The tech is so good. Looks so nice. You've given so much thought to the UI and UX, and it just comes across so polished and nice. Honestly, I'm just blown away. I couldn't have done it in a short time myself to go into Base 44 and think of all the use cases and corner cases and address them. So technically, I think what a great delivery. Absolutely love it. It's very, very, very good job, you guys.
Any other questions, George?
I've got a question just out of interest. What are the sort of sources that you used into if you want to understand which types of fish or which regions or which areas have more or less microplastics, where do you look?
So we've taken most of our data from places like PubMed where we can find lots of reliable scientific peer-reviewed studies and sources. And then we've also kind of integrated a bit where our AI itself actively looks for other sources, of course, and proffers them for our approval to get them into the app. So we've got data at the moment with what we can get from with what we could get, but one kind of issue we were thinking about was how we keep it relevant, because we have a slight forecasting element, but as a weather forecast, it's never accurate for that long. So I think our data's been kind of as with the data source tab, it has been one of the focal points of our app and trying to make it as reliable and informative as possible.
Yeah, so we also use, so as he said, as Finley touched on, a predictive AI. So we map the fish run, so the salmon run, for instance, with the currents moving the microplastics in the ocean to sort of aid our calculations.
Yeah, brilliant.
You guys are pretty awesome. This is, you know, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't see your faces. I wouldn't think it's teens pitching.
Yeah, I'm only 12.
Well
I'm not
done.
Yeah, 12. Are you both like from the same school? I've forgotten to ask. I should know about this. But Finley, Francis, you go to the same school? You're friends?
No.
You met in this program, right?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things which is really highlighted in the program, the friendships and the connections we've built. So it's been great.
It's a shame our fellow team members weren't able to make the call, but they helped a lot still. So
yeah, amazing.
How old are you? How old are you both? Just out of curiosity.
I'm 12. Francis, you're like
I'm
14, almost 15.
You're 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
Wow.
son's
My
12.
kid's 7 years old. And by the way, this is not just you two because you're on screen. We've got a bit of time, but the how young you guys are, all of you presenters, and the level of detail and the ability to pick up AI, understand things like models and accuracy. I've got people that work for me at Intel, right? We're a huge corporation. I shouldn't say this because we're being recorded, but they don't understand a lot of this stuff. And you guys are 13,
Are they,
14,
you have to
12.
hire them now, like literally now whilst they're 12.
That's called child labor. We can't do that. But you know, get your parents to find me on LinkedIn, and when you get to the age of looking for internships and things like that, you definitely contact me, and I'm sure Letitia can join us. All of you, everybody,
with moms,
amazing.
Yes, at the age of 12, I think Finley has to wait for another 4 years before he's allowed to use LinkedIn, right? But we'll stay in touch by email with mom and dad and all that. So, okay, well, I don't think there are any more questions, and I think we just have one more team, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks very much.
To listen to. And judges, I hope you've got all your score sheets more or less ready. Do please recommend filling them in as the teams go. All right, last one, Enigma.
Have you ever wondered how to grow a garden and yet nothing's worked? Or maybe your tomatoes keep dying off and has left you wondering what went wrong? Well, it might not be you. It could be your climate, your soil, or even your rainfall. Now, imagine being a young person wanting to help the environment, but having no idea where to start from. That is a problem that too many of us face. Passion without tools. Right now, small-scale carbon landscaping projects like backyard gardens and community forests are full of potential, but lack locals needing the necessary data of climate, practical guidance, and expert tools, which leads our younger generation to failure. Good intentions die off like unwatered plants, and results in our communities, especially young ones, being left on the sidelines of the climate action.
That's why we built Verdant Green, an AI-powered microclimate carbon planner. Our mission is clear: plan, plant, preserve. We put your local climate and soil data into our AI to turn it into a clear and personalized planting plan. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, you know what to plant, where, and how. It starts with a simple action: entering your location. Our AI combines microclimate data such as temperature, rainfall, humidity with soil quality overlays. Then it gives back precise biodiversity-focused recommendations. You can explore your area on an interactive carbon potential map. This plant species guide suggests native plants with the highest carbon impact. The project toolkit walks you through step-by-step planning, budgeting, grant templates, and community involvement tips. Finally, the progress tracker monitors your project in real time, tracking plant health, growth, and carbon containment. It's a full circle system, from idea to action to long-term care for your future forest.
Our application can also be integrated with sensors such as light sensors here, which turn to the plant's direction using the motor towards the light.
We built this responsibility. User data is anonymized and only used with consent. Our AI is transparent, regularly reviewed for bias, and designed with accessibility in mind. So every community, no matter how big or small, can benefit. We partner with local governments, schools, and NGOs. Revenue comes from affordable subscriptions, government contracts, and partnerships. It's suitable, scalable, and impact driven. We are growing a tool that scales alongside community action.
Existing tools like Gardener's AI Smart App or Plantix's AI Assistant, yes, they help, but not in the way ours does. Sure, they give you information, but what's information if you can't use it? Verdant Green is different, as we provide information and teach you how to use it step by step, because it was designed for climate action, not convenience. So, when young people ask, what can I do about climate change? Verdant Green is the answer. We're not just planting trees, we're planting action, ownership, and hope right where it's needed the most.
All right, I think this was the last page. We've got a couple of team members on the call. Any feedback? Letitia, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I mean, I really like the idea and the way you want to execute it as well, going through schools and local government. I like how you change the pitch as well, because, I think you're acknowledging this is not a new idea. It's just designed, for a different purpose with different thing in mind, not only the ease of the end user. I would buy it tomorrow, actually. Tell me when you launch, because I'm really bad with plans. And, I tried many things, and recently, I tried many things, and it doesn't really work anyway. And even, I think ChatGPT and some of the tools are disrupting a little bit the market, but they're not precise, they're not localized, and they're not designed for climate change in mind. So I think well done.
All right, great comment. George, any questions, feedback?
Yeah, similarly, really love the idea. I loved there was something about the image of how you presented your tech stack and how the technology that was working that really connected with me. So I thought that again, the presentation and I think just like the flow of the video. I know it sounds silly, but just like having a musical backing track is like quite nice sometimes. Like if you're trying, it was like having a calming soundtrack with like really kind of authoritative tone. Like, so, like I thought the flow worked really well. So, and yeah, it was engaging. So really great work. No questions really, just yeah, thought interesting business model, understand all the concepts. Thanks.
I think the team is also very distributed and very remote. I think Diviana is in Australia, right? And Arushu in India. So I wonder how challenging that was to make it work. We did our best to match you guys, but we very rarely have students from Australia joining us for this summer program. So Diviana, you're one of a kind who decided
It's actually
to persevere.
2:50 right now over here, 2:50
Yeah,
a.m. here.
exactly. You're gonna
Quite
have
late.
Well,
very soon.
thank you for joining.
Hopefully you slept in the afternoon just to make up for the for the lost time.
Yeah.
Any other feedback or comments from any one of the judges?
No, go to sleep.
Go to sleep, right? Diviana, yes, we'll let you know tomorrow. Okay, all right. So I think that probably was the last pitch, right, Shemi? Let's perhaps then let's take the
If I could,
judges away if nobody else has got any feedback. So team, well done. No questions is also great. That means everything was very clear. So well done, everyone. So that was really exciting. 10 pitches, that was a lot for judges to capture. And I know we never make it very easy for the judges. So so let's take the judges away to the team. And I know you have some fun times with success here. Success, are you ready? Or Shemi? I think you guys are going to be playing a trivia game with everyone whilst I will be.
Yeah.
Yes, success. It's over to you then. Yeah, everyone, you can take some time as well to pause, go to the bathroom and whatnot. And we'll be back very soon, I promise.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Okay, so now that we're having our judges go into the breakout room, we're going to just wait for the scores to come in, and then I'm going to be sharing my screen for a bit, and then we have some really exciting trivia for you guys for the next few minutes before our judges get back. So confirm that you can see my screen and you can hear me clearly. Can I see your emojis? Can I see your yeses? Can I see your comments? All right, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Perfect. Very nice. See. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. So now we're going to be engaging in, a pretty simple game, but pretty brain bugging. And I know you guys are smart people, so it shouldn't be a problem. And it's basically, okay. So you're going to have to guess the word, right? Okay, before we go into that, let's just start off with the trivia quiz that you have here. You're going to have to choose what's the right answer. We have just 6 questions, and I'll be ending this in the next 3 minutes before we move into the word game. So all you have to do is click on the quiz poll that you have in front of you, and then pick out your answers. As you respond, it shows on my screen here. So can you confirm to me that you can actually see the questions in? Okay, perfect. I see the responses coming in. I'm like, okay. Okay. All right. Keep the questions coming in. You have 1 more minute for this. Then we'll move into some other fun stuff. Okay. I see there are really smart people on this call. I wasn't wrong after all. Okay, so we have 1 more minute at 5:57. I will be ending the poll and also sharing the answers. Oh wow, I'm seeing people pick. Oh wow, for question 3. Question 4, everyone is so sure. Like absolute. I think question 4 is the only question we have just one option. Everyone's picking the same option. Okay, perfect. All right, it's already 5:57 on my end, exactly 2 minutes. All right, so for the first question, for everyone that picked A, you got that correctly. It's the first option, which is AI that predicts forest. Yep, so I'm sure you can all see the correct answer from your end. For question 2, if you picked A, you got that correct. For question 3, if you picked methane, you got that correct. For those that picked hydrogen, question 4, everyone got that correct. And then for question 5, we got that correct. At 74% of you, 14 of you got that correct. So brilliant, brilliant. And for question 6, you guys got that correct too. That's the wing power. So at least you've learned something new today. All right. So at this point, I will now move on to the next slide. And then here we're going to be playing a game. It's pretty simple, just to bug your brain and then let me know what you see. This is an example, just so you know how to think about it, right? This is more like an image or something on the screen. And when you look at this, what comes to mind? I'll give you a hint for just this example. Think about what's missing and think Christmas. Let me see if anybody could actually surprise me in the comment section. Yeah, but what's the word? It's meant to be a word. It's meant to be a word. Think Christmas. It's meant to be a word. So what's the word? Try. Anybody try? All right, so I'll let you go. This is an example. So this is not the first word. The answer is Noel. So did you guys get it? All right, so the image you have on the screen is, it means that there's no L in the sequence and the word is Noel. So yeah, that's the idea, right? So the image or whatever you see on the screen is to give you a prompt as to what the word is. But since we are in the artificial intelligence AI4Good Incubator, we're going to tailor it more to AI words and words that are related to artificial intelligence. Are we ready? Are we ready to go? I want to see thumbs up, okay. And then I can be sure that we're ready. All right, perfect. So let's go to the next one. What word comes to mind? I like to see in the chat box. Nope. What check? No. Landmark? No. You might want to think about this literally. You have Earth and then you have ticks. Okay. No. Your clothes, yeah, you said Earth check, but what exactly would you call that aside a check? Finley, you're close. You're very close. Ed, right? No, not Ed, right? It's an AI word. We talked about it a lot during the AI4Good Incubator. It was Elana's favorite. I think that's too much clue at this moment. You're close, Amina. Oh yeah, I'll give that away. It's ethics. So yeah. All right. So nobody got that directly. So Ria was close. Ria was really close. All right. So we'll go to the next one. I'm sure you guys are getting the drift now. Ethical, yeah. All right. So let's go to the next one. Hmm. This one, just think closely. Um, what comes to mind? No, not IWD. No. I know, Melonia, I advise not to trust AI on this one. I just need your human brains to think through it. What do you see on a calendar? Let me just give you a tip. What do you get on your calendar? What do you check for when you go on your calendar? Rana, you're close. Yeah, so it's something around what Rana typed. It's data, Finley, correct? That's the word, is data. Yeah, and this is a female sign, which is R, so you have data now. All right, so well done, guys. I can see you're getting the drift. You have three more to go before we get our judges back. All right, I'm seeing that you're getting it now, Miriam. Oh, wow, beautiful. Just type your first thoughts, Rhoda. All right, let's go to the next one. This one is pretty simple, but pretty tricky. Oh, no, Barton. Oh, no, AI traffic, really? Mm, Let me give you a tip. That's not I, that's L. That's a small letter L, just so you know. Mm, Good AI music, nope. I'll give you a tip. The word actually starts with AL, as you have. Algorithm, Francis, very bright, correct. You have algorithm. So you have AL, yeah, you have go, which is GO, and you have rhythm from the drums. So correct. Yeah, brilliant, Francis and Pragya. Exactly, Aaron. Yep. So we have next one. Are we ready? Yeah, this should be easy. Oh yeah, chatbot. Come on, guys. I think this was a giveaway. All right, so we have the last one. This is chatbot, correct? I'm happy you guys are getting the drift. So the last one, you probably have to think closely. And this will be the last one before we pull our judges in. Um, Pragya, really? Pragya got that correctly, Rohana. That's basically it. That's code. You guys are absolutely brilliant. You guys are absolutely brilliant. Amazing. So at this point, we are going to pull our judges back. Guys, how was your break session? How is that? Happy to see that it was actually quite mind-boggling. So our judges will actually be coming back in less than 1 minute. And then at this point, I feel like you can take water because the tension is going to be really, hot. Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's see who wins, who actually comes up top two. But before the comeback, I'd like to mention, guys, whether or not you come up as top two, you guys have been amazing. You guys are definitely winners. So as much as possible, stay respectful. Stay respectful, stay nice. Your comments are good. If your team doesn't win, please cheer the teams that come up top too. It will be very important for you to do that. So your judges will be back in 10, 9. I don't know if I should do the countdown as at now. And they'll be buying in less than 5 seconds. All right. So am I getting the pinky promise that you guys are going to be nice, good, and all supportive? I need to get responses in the chat. Yeah, it's good luck to everyone. Oh, yes, our judges are back. So at this moment, I would hand over to
We're not back yet.
Lana.
We need another couple of minutes. I think we've been
Maybe
brought back a little bit too early. Sorry, success. Take us back, Shemi. We're very close though, I promise you.
Right, no problems. That's fine. All right, so we have our judges back in the comment section. So I think at this point, what I'm going to do, Finley, I know, right? Like suspense is crazy. So I think what I want to do now is I want to ask a question. How many of you actually remember? Oh, Shemi, I can see you're
Yeah, sorry
speaking.
to cut in. Yes. Can Cindy help with opening the breakout rooms again? I don't know if it's
It's
open, but I'm
open. It's
trying to
open.
join.
Yeah, I've
Okay,
opened
so I
it.
can see the
It's open.
option. Joining now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All
right,
can somebody
so
add me? I can't join. Sorry. Somebody please put me in the breakout room. I can't join. Thank you.
let me take you out. You're currently there, so
Okay, thank you.
okay. For some reason, I can't actually. For some reason, I can't anymore. It's grayed out from
Okay,
this
I'll
end.
leave the call and join back. So if that
All right,
someone can
that's
help back.
brilliant.
Thank you.
No problems. All right, so back to you guys, right? I want to ask a question. Do you guys remember on day one when we started off with your speech, your winning speech on, what made you guys win? How many of you remember? Drop in the comment section. How many of you recall on day one when we had that moment of do you guys remember the reason you gave? And is that still the reason now? How many of you can remember the reason you gave? Can you type in the chat box? Because I know some teams actually had like really dramatic moments where we had people, having some slight clashes and we had to sort out different things, time difference, people not showing up, all of that actually. Do we recall? Yeah, could you type in the chat what exactly your reason was? Let me move Shemi back into George's celebration room. Okay, Shemi, I've moved you back now. Perfect. Literally, I think it's going to be super exciting if you win as a team because there's actually so much in store for the winning teams. But aside that, you all get an amazing learning experience. I'm liking the energy in the chat room. Ria, don't worry, you survived. They'll be done in less than a minute, I think, and then you can get back your excitement, just knowing where you are. Okay, let's just do a quick vibe check. Team one, how are you guys feeling at the moment? I already see responses and feedback from team five. I can see that they're quite like, oh my God, I don't even know what they're doing in there. Team one, can you guys vibe check? How are you guys feeling? Rais, I see the good looks. I see the. So how are you guys feeling at the moment? Okay, brilliant, brilliant. Marouche. Marouche, the pressure must be on, right? On you. I was just telling Jamie earlier that I know, right? Rahona is happy. It must be hard to choose because literally, Layla, you got that correctly. It's probably why they're having to spend extra time in the judging room. Abigail is scared and happy at the same time. Ria, you're vibrating. Just breathe in. This is a coping mechanism. Just breathe in, breathe out, and smile. Yeah. Miriam, First, why you got no question? You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. Having questions really is not a determinant, just so you're aware. So you have nothing to worry about, Miriam. Finley, don't worry, you're good. Aaron shaking. Aaron, please stop shaking. You and Ria are shaking. Oh my goodness, I'm loving the energy. Goosebumps. Aaron, that's normal. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I think this is really exciting to see what you guys have been able to build. I think it's Brighton's team. You guys are from 4 different countries. Like every single member of the team are from different countries. And you can imagine having to work together. Even your classroom in school doesn't offer you that. So it's really amazing to actually see that you guys are able to get this exposure. We had issues with our prototype. Nah, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I think you shouldn't even worry about any of those technical bits now. You've done all your best, and then trust me, that's enough. That's the spirit, Miriam. All the teams were impressive and great work. I'm loving that you guys are getting the energy. You're giving every other person the flowers too, and that's actually amazing to see. Okay. All right, so while we wait for our teams to come back, our amazing team has helped us to populate new sets of questions. And then, so you can just go ahead and attempt the quiz on the screen. At least this will help you chill your goosebumps and keep your mind centered while we wait for the judges to come back. You're welcome, Melanie. Oh, yeah, don't punch nothing. You could get a pillow though. That could work. So you guys can attempt the quiz on the screen. It's how you guys are so quick with responding to the questions. Yeah, I think we have quite a number of people from Albania. All right, can you all respond to the questions? All right, brilliant. I see more responses coming in. You can guess, trust me, you can guess. It doesn't impact your team scores, so feel free to guess. Just in case you're skeptical about responding, don't worry, it doesn't affect your score. Actually, I think we have a couple of people from Tunisia. Let me check that. Yeah. Finley, don't worry, they're coming back now. They're coming back now. We have the judges coming back. They're like, where are the judges? Where are the judges? People
Yeah.
having goosebumps.
It was
Amazing.
not easy. That's why we had to go back. There was a lot of debating. We always
Oh my
make sure that
goodness.
it's never easy for the judges. So I think you guys have blown everyone away. So I can just tell you that. So well done, everyone. From me, obviously, you're all winners. I've been watching every single one of your journeys through 5 days, and I just couldn't believe how quickly you know, what an incredible cohort this is. I know we still have about 45, 50 kids in the kingdom of Eswatini who are, it's day 2 for them. So I'll be looking forward to seeing what their projects will be. But for this cohort, you've all been absolutely amazing. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to invite every judge just to say a couple of words about what they've just heard and seen, leave you with 1 or 2 top tips. And then we're going to move to Ravi, who's going to be announcing the runners-up prize. We have 2 prizes in this program. And then George is going to announce the winners. All right. So Joita, do you want to very quickly say what you've heard today, what impressed you, and maybe 1 or 2 tips for everyone?
I think very less tips. I've probably learned more from you than I can tell you. Thank you for incredible solutions and amazing stuff. I'd say that the way you've approached each solution is amazing. You've had systems thinking, not just technology, which is great, because the only way to solve a multi-systems global crisis like the climate, which impacts every UN SDG, every single one of it, is to think multi-systems and to think at a systems change level instead of piecemeal, which all of you did. Unprecedented global problems across multi-temporal frames require unprecedented solutions, and you all done that. Love that. In terms of tips, probably nothing other than the fact that you were all too hard with yourself. Your ground truth data set was great. Your models were great. Your UI UX thought process was great. Of course, they can always be improved. The only tip I'll leave with is in real world, there's a word called pivot for all companies and startups where we change a lot the idea until it goes and fits PMF, product market fit. So product market fit basically means that somebody actually uses a product, somebody, something, someone, and says, wow, this is great. But until you reach that, many things happen. You take it out to people, they ask you to change some things, they use it, they don't like the way it's delivered. They like the way it's delivered, they don't like how many times they have to go to it. All of that gets you to product market fit, and you pivot until then. So the core ideas are always great, but always be open to pivoting around it until you meet product market fit. Because once you do that, that's it. The product market fit isn't fit in one day. You just come up with an idea, you build something, you go to market and people love it. No, even when you think it's 100%, it's not going to work that way. So the only word I have is be flexible, and let's not be married to our ideas, but it's a great core ideas to start with. If you want to build a business, you don't have to, but if you did want to turn it into a project, that's the only thing. And last but not least is an offer. I did specifically offer to a few teams, but even if you're not working directly in carbon markets or blue carbon or ocean, if you look up my profile, I'm sure Elena can circulate LinkedIn. If you feel there's something I can do to help you access a market, understand the technology, look at internships, evaluate an apprenticeship, get introductions in deep tech sector, in up and coming, very cutting edge technology type of startups for exposure, or if you want to take forward what you're doing and you think you like my path, then always open for a chat. Happy to even do structured mentoring, but always open for a chat anytime. Feel free to reach out to me. Well done, everybody. Made our job really hard, really, really hard. The winners are not the winners. I'll tell you, there were loads of winners today. It's not just the winners. We could not decide. You were so incredibly good. You inspired me. I'm taking back a lot from you guys. And thank you so much for being incredible. I have a lot more hope for the world today. Working in climate crisis can be depressing. You know, the grown-ups are horrible. There's not much hope in the world thanks to them. Every time I work with a state leader or a business leader or a visionary, I go back home and I want to leave the climate sector because it's like, I feel like there's no hope. Like, why am I doing this? I could go and do something else. Why am I doing this? It's hopeless. It's very depressing for people who work in climate. But you guys today gave me hope, because if you're going to be out there being decision makers, working in those fields, I think I'm on the right ship. And as a very young person once told me, don't be depressed, Joy. At least you're on the team that tried. You're on the team that tried today. So thank you for being in my team. I don't feel so lonely today. Thank you for giving me hope. Thank you very much.
Amazing, Joita. Thank you so much. Second time I'm asking you to do a talk in my program, and the second time you just it's what I wanted and what I wanted to hear, everyone to hear as well. So thank you so much, Joita, for being here with us today. And Joita is also an angel investor. So if she likes what you're building, you know, one day maybe she will invest as well. But fantastic. Thank you, Joita. So next, maybe Letitia.
Yeah, wow, she's a tough act to follow. She said a lot. She said a lot, and I think the thing that inspired me most with Joita is you know, this hope, this passion. So obviously uh, we are in the fourth industrial revolution, and a lot of people are scared, are trying to understand what the future is all about. And you are not scared, you are fearless, and you're tackling some of the biggest challenge of the world. And for that, you know, huge kudos. You know, we need people like you. I have faith in humanity, and you are that faith. So you represent it every day. The passion, the resilience, you know, the engagement, the fact that you're actually showing up on, you know, work, or, you know, trying to solve a problem rather than being on the beach or things like that. You know, this is very commendable, very impressive. I have no worry for your future. You are going to be the leader. And take our place in due time very quickly. You know, like as we were saying when we were discussing, you know, sometime from our teams, we don't get that level of quality. So keep it all up, break those barriers, come and change the world. We need you guys, and you give us hope that actually, you know, what's coming is much better and much more balanced, because you are the citizen of the world, and you are going to make a huge difference. In the same way as Joyita, you know, I'm on LinkedIn. I actually, I'm a practitioner of AI for a very long time. I've been 26 years in the industry. I lead a number of teams around the topic of responsible AI. So Tessa is in my team, the one that give you a lecture on the ethics of AI. So we actually ourselves pushing the needle always, you know, because a lot of those practices are not industrialized. The world doesn't always know what is the right thing to do. And that's what we do on a day-to-day basis. So if you're interested in some of that, if you want some coaching, I also lead the generative AI studios in Europe. So very happy to kind of be a bouncing ball for you in terms of an idea, direction, or if you want introduction to any of my network, I am there for you. Good luck. You know, it was amazing. And I think without further ado, I think we're going to hear about the runner.
Yes. Ravi, are you ready? So some general feedback would be great for everyone. And then let's announce the runners-up. Ravi.
I guess for me, this is probably the worst 2 hours I've spent of my month, because this was probably the hardest thing I've had to go through in terms of being able to think about, you know, who was pitching. You know, we even said it in the judges panel when we went in the other room, is listening to the videos was great because we were able to not look at your faces and just listen to the pitches. And it was coming across, we were talking to, you know, 50-year-old, 70-year-old, experienced, you know, AI engineers and business leaders and thought leaders. But then when you come on camera, you're like, wait, you're smarter than I am, right? And that's incredible. And when I say some of you are smarter than I am, I'm genuinely being serious. And so there are no losers in this. You've all done a fantastic job. And I'm a little bit blown away about how good you guys are. I've got 2 young boys, and Elena, in a few years' time, is going to get an email from me signing my boys up to Teams in AI, because the work that you guys have done and the quality and the standards is just phenomenal. So well done to all of you. It's amazing. And yeah, like everyone said, reach out to me onto LinkedIn. You know, my LinkedIn profile is there. If you're under 16, ask your parents to connect to me. If you want me to say nice things to your parents about you, I will do. So you can probably get some free stuff from them and get treated out to a nice dinner or something like that. Happy to do so. Yeah, great work.
And the little prompt for you, second place award, with a bit of suspense, please, Ravi.
So this team did a really good job thinking about various different aspects of their program. So not only did they think about, you know, the business model and the revenue models, they also thought about the data and the transparency and the trust. They also, you know, thought about how the models would evolve using AI, and how the machine learning algorithms would combine with other different data sets to then give predictability. They thought about the user interface and gamifying some of the user interface, but they also kind of came up with a clever idea around how you can use the data to even plan your meals. So hopefully that now gives you a little bit of a hint of who this team is. So really good job to everybody.
Drum roll. So maybe 3 emojis, or make some sounds, or make some some movements with your hands. So big drum roll. It would have been more fun to do it in real. Okay, so we can see some reactions. Bravo, good.
Well done, guys. Well done, team 14, natural intelligence. This was, again, it's really, really hard to decide between the winning team and this team. It was so hard. And all the other teams, the scoring was so close between everybody, like 9s and 10s flying everywhere, right, guys? So well done, well done.
So the team is going to be sharing $300 and a 12-month free membership to all team members for this team. And of course, when we say Teens and AI Senior Leadership Mentoring, it's going to be Toby, who's I know is on the call and looking forward to mentoring you. But also Ravi, we're going to pull you in, and Joita as well. So Letitia, if you would like to join. So we will all make sure that this team has some further time with some of the senior leaders to hopefully help you get off the ground. Get this project off the ground. So congratulations, team, Finley, Francis, and the rest of the team. Well done. And now we're going to move on to George, who's going to announce the winners, but he's also going to give some general feedback to everyone. And of course, George, you're also closing keynote speaker.
Thanks, Elena. So yeah, I think I'll pause my wider feedback for the keynote and maybe just concentrate on the winner first. So first, great work to all teams. Really, as was said by the other judges, a huge amount of effort has gone in across the board. So what drew us to the winning team was really across the board consistent pitch that thought about every aspect in sort of shared detail. So starting with the kind of innovation and the idea, it had a huge amount of creativity, really interesting market challenge, really interesting presentation of the data, problem solution designed with the users in mind, designed with different use cases, different, but also kind of, not too broad. But also, really thinking about how the business model might work in terms of different routes to market, go-to-market channels, etc. The social impact massively aligned with the UNSDG goals. The design and the technical build, absolutely clear what you're trying to do, how it's going to work, clearly explained, AI integrated. Ethical considerations, how the ethical model is going to work, and finally kind of commercial viability. So yeah, just every team was excellent, but for us this one shone through. So little drum roll,
everyone.
Hear it.
Make some noise for this amazing
the winner is AgriGuard AI. Congratulations, you guys smashed it.
Well done, Tim. So again, 500 USDs to share. Sage Leadership Team mentoring opportunities, so organized by Sage. So George probably will land on your desk, and of course, again, an opportunity to learn on our platform completely for free. So you can take all courses, any course, and please do stay on the call after this so that we could say hi to you and interview you and share it with the world. But well done and congratulations to you, team. Well done. I can see lots of excitement and everything in chat. So George, are you ready for the final words?
Yes, sure thing. I'll get going because we're running over a bit.
Go.
Everyone's sort of staying on. So yeah, just I guess saying a few things to kind of close off today. So firstly, it's been a massive honor, and this it's my first experience with the AI4Good Incubator, the 4th edition. Since 2020, more than 20,000 people have been through this program exploring artificial intelligence for good. So I think that's what an amazing statistic there, and great work to you, Elena, for bringing this program to life. So over 100 of you have got involved this year from dozens of countries. The map of the countries of where you guys are, especially here, those in Australia when it's very late where you are, really, really great to see. And what's really exciting is 63% of you are young women. So absolutely amazing to see that statistic. It's showing a shift towards more women in tech, more diversity. And yeah, really, really great to see. So firstly, just out to everybody, all of you, you've earned your place here. You're part of this conversation. You're part of the future of technology. I guess to Ravi's point, like a lot of kind of accelerators and this sort of stuff tends to be reserved for older people, more experienced people with titles or job descriptions. But from what we've seen today, you're already operating at a standard that many professionals out there would admire, and I mean that deeply. This is some of those pictures. All of the pictures were top notch. Maybe a little bit about my journey and how that's sort of relevant. So I didn't start out in sustainability in tech or in carbon accounting at all. My first business was actually in music events, completely different. And really what I learned through kind of problem solving and resilience, managing teams, is that it starts small. Everything starts small, and you can sort of go into anything that you put your mind to. So building a business up from scratch, I think all of you have shown today that you've got the ability to do it, and you just need to really back yourself. And linking back to the message around for good, ask big questions. What impact are you having? How can you use technology as a force for good in the world? And what challenges are we facing as a society? Climate change is a challenge that's very close to my heart. It's still, I think, the defining issue of our time. And what strikes me is that, and especially with reference to the challenge that we've solved, millions of small businesses kind of wanted to do the right thing, but didn't have tools or data. And again, you guys have shown today that there's so many interesting problems to solve. And I'm really, really excited about the journey that you're all going to go on. It's also about pivoting. A lot of you have pivoted halfway through this project, but also to some of the judges' earlier comments. You don't need to get it right first of all, and failing quickly is kind of really, really important. So look, just in terms of this week, you've in 5 days you've brought together codes, collaboration, creativity, and this is the essence of kind of real innovation. The way you broke down complex problems, communicated clearly, made working prototypes that I've actually sat there and used with some of you. This is really, really brilliant to see. There's all kinds of interesting projects from kind of the climate change through all the different caveats of that to the nature, the ocean perspective. Whether you've won an award or not, you've all done something amazing, which is taking an idea from zero to reality in a week and being able to communicate it effectively to us. So really, really, really well done. And I think, on that point, the most important thing for me in business is action. You guys are all in kind of education systems at the minute. You can read books, you can take courses, but it's only through doing that you get experience to make a real impact. And you've all done that this week. You've embraced the unknown, you've leaned into the opportunities, you've said yes. And yeah, just again, to all of you, huge congratulations. We're living in a time of unprecedented challenges, and AI can transform industries, accelerate decarbonisation, improve healthcare, all kinds of excellent things, but it'll only do this if it's built responsibly. And people like you asking the tough questions, holding each other accountable, and focusing on outcomes, that's what really matters. And let's be honest, AI also brings risks, including its own environmental impact. And that's a challenge in itself for innovators to solve. So I think your generation has the chance to design AI systems that are not only kind of intelligent, but also sustainable. Now at Sage, we have a simple principle, which is that technology should serve people and planet, not the other way around. And that's why we back programs like this one. But the solutions for these global challenges won't come from one government or one company. They'll come from millions of minds working together. So what you've done this week is absolutely a part of the solution. So as you close your laptops today, and I really suggest you do get some time, get outside. You've done an awful lot of work, and especially those on the other side of the world, catch up on some sleep. This isn't the end, it's the beginning. Let's keep building, questioning, stay curious, reach out to me, reach out to the other judges. We're here to support you. And you're not the future, you're already shaping it. Thanks and congratulations to every one of you. Really, really well done. Thanks again. I think that's it from me. I will leave it there.
Amazing. Thank you so much, George. Hopefully you will come back again next year and carry on kind of being involved with this program, because it's really important to have experts like you looking and giving us your thoughts and how we can progress further. So everyone, I'm going to be very short because I need you all to go to sleep. We have kids in Kazakhstan who it's time for you, and hopefully Divyana is already asleep and in bed. So everyone who is in that time zone, you guys need to be signing off very soon. And those of you who still are experiencing early evening, definitely sign off, go and spend some time outside. So I'm just really grateful to everyone who's been with us on this journey. 5 days was quite an intense, experience for many of you who are, I know, still on the call. As I mentioned, there are another 45 to 50 students right now in the Kingdom of Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland, who are participating in exactly the same program. So I want to wish them good luck. So I'm hoping Langili is here or watching us on YouTube, because she will be doing this demo day by herself face to face, which is really exciting. But just wanted to thank everyone. First of all, my team. It's not been an easy journey. We've had, lots of challenges as a team to do this, organize this program, but success. Shami, you are amazing. And the marketing team supporting this. I know I have the best team to pull this off, and I didn't have that back in 2016. It was just me, myself, and I doing all of this. But now I have the most amazing team helping you all on this journey. So well done, everyone. And of course, Sage, to thank Sage, for sponsoring this program for so many years now. I think it's the 4th or 5th year. It's really exciting to do this with you all, and the mentors from Sage who joined. Thank you for your time and your expertise and all your inspiration. And those mentors who are not from Sage, but lots of other companies who joined to support. Again, if you're on this call or watching this on YouTube or as an after we end as a replay, I just wanted to take this time to thank everyone who participated and offered your time, because again, time is what we have, and it really matters to our young people that you commit yourself and you're there to inspire, hold their hand, and hopefully you've learned a thing or two, like Joita said as well. So for me, obviously, this is what I live for. So hopefully there will be another program next year and in many years to come. And I'm looking forward to reconnecting with some of you, because I'm noticing lots of familiar faces and names. So hopefully you will continue supporting this program and being with us on the journey. And those of you growing up, joining the industry, because we really need you and your voices really do matter. We want to make sure that the industry becomes a lot more diverse than what it is right now. And it's through programs like this and opportunities like this that we hope you get inspired and you show that you actually matter and your voice matters and you make a difference to this world. Those of you who want to carry on developing your projects, you can definitely join another Discord channel that we have for all of our other alumni. We have lots of alumni who carry on, building their projects. So if you want to stay in touch with your team, we'll give you that opportunity. Those of you who have been picked by some of the judges to offer you some more time, we will arrange this. If you would like to carry on building, please let me know and I will surround you with the support that you need. Which would be amazing, and definitely join our other opportunities. We have the Action Forum, again sponsored by Sage Foundation, coming up, I think, at the end of this month on the 28th of August. It's a completely free action forum, and you're going to carry on learning about climate action. I think, George, this must be your team doing this opportunity with us. And as you know, we have lots of courses available. Please do come back and learn. and register for our alumni community as well. So we'll be sharing with you all the links. The registrations for 2026 AI4Good Incubator is already open, so keep an eye on your emails and Discord. And yes, we have a very special offer that you can actually rejoin for as little as £25, because we are offering this program to hopefully 500 students will be joining us next year, because we're ready to scale and have this program replicated and run in multiple parts of the world. This will be exciting because I want to see more social entrepreneurs nurtured from a really young age. So please do join me and support this. So that's it from me today. We're running a little bit late, so apologies for that. Thank you for staying with us. The winning team, if you could please stay on the call so that we could say hi to you and interview you, that would be amazing. And everyone else, I need you to all sign off and go to sleep, quite literally, or go and have some fun outside. So thank you, everyone. And I will be speaking to you soon. And thank you for staying with us and being on this journey. Carrie, thank you for being sort of the last minute mentor and agreed to join us. We are so happy that you managed to mentor a few teams. Your expertise was really appreciated, and everyone else on this call as well. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Bye, everyone. We'll stay in touch in Discord, and we'll say hi to you there now as well. Congrats to all of you.